Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Zach, but you guys can call me Hazardous. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into my channel, and welcome back to another video here on my channel today. I'm going to be doing something different. This is a new series I really wanted to start just to kind of get more exposure for the channels that really deserve the promotion and just get the exposure on their channel so they can gain more followers, gain more subscribers, and so more people have a variety of content to watch on YouTube, because there are a lot of, small channels and up-and-coming channels and just channels that, really should be growing. And, if they just get that extra boost, that would be great. It works out in their favor. They can spread their content to another audience and, hopefully gain a bunch of people to subscribe to them. So with that being said, I'm going to be starting this series called Meet the Community, where every so often I will interview someone in a Skype call, ask them a few questions, have them introduce themselves, and it's essentially like a shout out for one person. It's kind of like an upload for upload, except it's going to be an interview back and forth between me and this specific channel. And as the gameplay in the background, it should be, just something Call of Duty based, but really excited to start this off, and we have an awesome special guest for the first episode that we are kicking this series off with. King Oatcake, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Alrighty. So, he uploads a lot of Call of Duty content, and of course, actually, I have a few questions to ask him, so we'll just get right into this video. First question I want to ask you is, what made you get into YouTube?
In 2011, I think it was, I watched a guy called Tony Pizza Guy, who's completely irrelevant for making Call of Duty videos. He's actually making WWE SmackDown vs Raw videos on a universe mode. And I was like, I started to watch that, and then I found Syndicate because I started to get into more gaming videos. And I was like, wow, I really want to do this. Watching play Halo Reach and Call of Duty Zombies, I thought. So I got my iPod Touch, stood in front of the TV, started recording like theatre mode gameplays on Modern Warfare 3, I believe it was. And then I just started to get my first capture card, which was original Roxio, and it was really, really bad. But then ever since, it's kind of progressed and gone on and off with various channels.
Alright, very cool. Now, just in terms of talking about your actual YouTube channel itself, what are your long-term goals for your channel on YouTube?
My original goals, like whatever channel I set out to go for, his goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers, and then I hit that this year, and it was like so mind-blowing. But ever since, I just want to keep it as like a really fun hobby. I don't want to like change myself to do it like just for the money, because I know a couple people do it. It's like, I don't know how to feel about it myself. I'd rather do it as a hobby, because then people can like people understand that I'm enjoying my videos and putting effort into them. Whereas if people are doing it for the money, you can kind of tell because they're not putting their effort in, because they don't have a passion for it, kind of thing. But my long-term goals, I say subscriber count wise, is probably 100,000 subscribers now. It's probably like really far off, but it's just awesome to have like that plaque hung up on your wall, because you can see you've kind of done something and accomplished a kind of thing on YouTube. Like views wise, I'd rather just like a kind of an active kind of based viewer base and people commenting, and just me get to know more people.
Long-term goals like that are definitely awesome to have. 100,000 subscribers, even though it seems very far off. You put your mind to it, you'll reach it one day. Just keep uploading, keep maintaining your schedule. And also, another question off of, talking about schedules now, how do you maintain an upload schedule for your channel? Like, what do you do on a daily basis to make sure you get that video uploaded online?
Well, I mean, a lot of people actually don't know this, but my internet is actually really awful in terms of like I get a 1.3 download in megabytes, and my upload speed is actually 0.3, so it means it's actually quite a long time to upload videos. Whereas my computer is actually quite decent, so I can render video like quite quickly, but I have to upload the video overnight and schedule it for the next day, and that's how I kind of keep my kind of daily uploads. But I mean, I'm not on a real daily upload streak at the minute because exams have come up. But I'm trying to upload as frequently as possible, and that's how I do it, by uploading the night before, making sure the video is ready before I go to bed. It's the last thing I make sure is done.
That's an efficient way to go about it. When I was doing the Battlefield videos when I started my channel up, that's kind of how I did it. I recorded video the day before, made sure everything was uploaded, thumbnail, etc., and then have it released the next day. So going off of that, then how much time do you put into each video on average? Like if there was a number that you could take a stab at, saying like, I put in an hour or 2 hours of effort or anything like that.
No, I mean, in all honesty, my recent videos, like my last couple, they've been like a couple minutes long. I think they've actually been under the 2-minute mark. They've been literally recorded in 3 minutes and just cut up to avoid the, the little gaps. And the editing hasn't been that long, only because there's been like no face cam, and there's been like no real need to touch anything up, only because it's just kind of quick and I've been like so focused on exams. But normally if it's like a standard cut cam, I mean, I've got to sync up the audio with the camera, because rather than using a webcam, I decided to use another camera just because of quality-wise, and it was actually a cheaper option because I already had the camera. And that takes about 5 minutes because I want to get it like completely perfect. And then choosing a song, I mean, I've been using the same song for the minute, but I like to change it up every other video so it's not as like repetitive, and that takes quite a little bit of while. But editing it depends on how long I record for. I can record from up to 10 minutes or even up to half an hour or even longer, and sometimes you just cut everything down. You're going to see what kind of really main part you went into the video, because when you're talking about information, you don't really want a long video, because I feel like if you have a really long video, the viewers aren't going to enjoy it as much because they don't want to last longer than 3 minutes. That's why I kind of keep my videos just over 3 minutes, just so they can kind of stay more focused.
Very cool. That's awesome. Really nice to hear. And on your channel, you primarily do Call of Duty videos. So I have a question about, your opinion on current gen games. What is your opinion on Black Ops 3? Now that we've all been playing it for half a year, and what are you looking forward to with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare?
No, I mean, with Black Ops 3, if you asked me this about a month ago, I was really enjoying the game. I really enjoy the zombies. I think they've done a really good job. I mean, Shadows of Evil I wasn't a massive fan of, but the 2 new maps, they've been solid. I've really enjoyed playing them. The new multiplayer maps I haven't really bothered playing, but I think it's stupid with the supply drops. Now they're adding in guns again, and the kind of dab kind of things. I think it's kind of going a little bit downhill and kind of more aimed at kids, even though it's like a higher rated game, and little kids shouldn't actually be playing it, like theoretically. But I mean, I enjoy the game, but after this past month, when I've been going back on the 360 to play all the other Call of Duties, I went back on and I was like, I don't enjoy this game as much anymore. Whereas if I'm on another Call of Duty, I can just sit and play it over and over again. I found myself playing it for hours. But then for Black Ops 3, I found myself, even though I enjoy the game, I'm finding myself playing it like for about 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm bored, I'm going to play something else or something. And it's like, I don't know why, because it is a good game, but people, I think it's more people who are playing it because they're just so good compared to me, and I just get like, I rage quit a lot. So it's like, well, I'm not 100% sure why, but I just feel like the older Call of Duties for me at the minute I'm really enjoying. Whereas Black Ops 3, they've done a good job, but I really don't know what inside me is making me not to play it all the time. Now for Infinite Warfare, I watched the trailer. At first I thought, wow, this looks absolutely sick. In all honesty, now a lot of people just hated it straight off because they saw the jetpack. Now, and personally, I'm not that bothered as long as they've done a good job. And next year, after Infinite Warfare, I'm sure they're going to listen and do a boots on the ground. But this is because everyone was asking for a futuristic Call of Duty, and they've got it. They've had it forced down the throat. And it's like, it's not really their fault because they started making the games, 3 years in advance because of the 3-year cycle. But I'm excited to see what they have, because I reckon they're going to surprise a lot of people, especially now because there's a lot of dislikes. And I think it's going to surprise people. I honestly do.
Alright, really nice. Really nice. What now, on the whole topic of Call of Duty in general, what is your favorite Call of Duty?
No, I started playing Call of Duty at Modern Warfare 2, and I could kind of say it was at the start of the cycle because I played it from Christmas time. That's when I first got it, and I didn't actually enjoy it that much at the start because I was just terrible. It was my first actual first-person shooter. I used to play a lot of FIFA, but when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, I just kind of grew to like it a little bit more. Now, I was still absolutely awful. I don't think I got started to go properly positive all the time until about halfway through Modern Warfare 3. But I think my all-time favourite Call of Duty has to be Black Ops 1, only because I just really enjoyed zombies. I had played World at War beforehand, but I didn't really class it as a first Call of Duty because it was kind of a one-off kind of thing. But when I was playing zombies with my friends, I really enjoyed it. So when I got to chance to get it myself on Black Ops 1, I just really enjoyed playing with zombies all the time, and just playing combat training or wager matches. It was just so fun, and I just love playing Black Ops 1.
I love Black Ops 1 too. It probably isn't my favorite, but definitely I have hours. I probably have 12 or 13 days dumped into that game, so I've spent a lot of time on the game too.
That sounds quite mad. I think on Black Ops 2 I've got something ridiculous 20 days played on it. When I was in year 9, I was just I just shut myself out from everyone. I'd be staying up all night playing it. I'd go to sleep for 3 hours, go to school, come back in, straight playing again, and it's just carry on. And I just loved playing Black Ops 2. Like, it's not one of my favourites, but it's just one I can kind of take memories from, especially with Modern Warfare 3. Even though me and Modern Warfare 3 have like a love-hate relationship kind of game, I still, like, even playing it now, it makes me think back and just think, wow, I had so many memories on these games.
Memories are awesome. I really miss those times, man. If you could cover another genre besides first-person shooters and Call of Duty, what would it be, and what games would you play?
I mean, I play Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield quite a bit, and I enjoy them games. I've found I have uploaded them before. I used to have, same as you, a Battlefield channel, and I used to play it the hell out of it on Battlefield 3, and I used to get like loads of gameplays, like 30 minutes long, because the Conquest games, I used to cut it down. I used to spend hours just cutting up my gameplays to make them like, I've got kind of gameplays to put behind a commentary. But I think I really want to go into like some more kind of sports games, because I enjoy playing the WWE 2K series and UFC 2, and I really want to delve into them, like maybe not on my main channel, but maybe on like a kind of off, like side kind of channel. And I've also been thinking on my second channel, because I've got a second channel where I just want to play like Injustice. I've been playing a bit of League of Legends at the minute. I'm not a 100% fan at the minute, but I'm learning, so I'm kind of thinking it might be nice, like kind of funny moments videos to show me learning, getting better on League and things like that. I've been playing Uncharted 2, and that's a kind of game I really want to get into more. Like campaign games for me nowadays, I just don't play as much. I'm more like multiplayer based, whereas before I could just sit and play a campaign game. The Batman Arkham games actually is the only games I have sat and just played the campaign like for the past 5 years, I reckon. Before that, the Harry Potter games what used to come out, I used to sit, like as soon as I got them, sit and just play them until they were 100% complete. I don't think I missed anything from Harry Potter 1 to Harry Potter 6 where I 100% completed it. That's how like bad I used to be. But now I just don't play campaign games at all. I'm just more multiplayer based. I don't know why.
So you just hit 1,000 subscribers. Again, massive milestone. Congratulations. That is honestly one of the coolest milestones on YouTube, in my opinion. It's fantastic you hit that goal. What is your advice to YouTube gamers out there who are struggling to get off the ground? You know, the ones who want to grow but aren't quite doing that right now? Like, what advice can you give them?
Me personally is to kind of brand yourself as like something nice. You want to get some nice channel graphics. You want to get either a nice logo, just something to get yourself out there, rather having something kind of unprofessional. I've also found having thumbnails on your videos, like nice thumbnails that stand out and just look nice on the sub box. Now I know not everyone uses sub boxes, but like when you're scrolling through the sub box and you see a nice thumbnail, you just want to click on it. No matter whose video it is, you want to click on it, just to see what they have to say. Now I've always found that personally. Another thing is, like, for your first 100 subscribers especially, you want to make sure you got, you know, the right equipment, even if it's like a cheap kind of mic. Even like your headset mic can also do. I know there's some great headset mics. I think there's one I found, my friend has a £15 one, and it sounds really, really nice, especially for the price. You know, if you don't want to go out and spend the big money on either like a Blue Snowball, that's also a good starting mic for, to even after your 100 subscribers kind of purchase one of them, or like a really nice kind of microphone. We want to make sure you got some good quality videos. Make sure like the 720p or 1080p kind of thing. Make sure your commentaries, like the commentaries itself, are flowing like really nice, or like, and being really entertaining, whether it's using a lot of cuts, and just making sure your lighting and everything's just nice. I've also found talking to other YouTubers, whether it's on forums. I found myself, when my first 100 subscribers anyway, I was partnered with Full Screen, because I managed to get the partnership over onto from my second channel to my main channel after contacting them, and I used their forums to like talk to others, and I was like, hey, check this out, you know, I'm a new YouTuber, and I just wanted some like feedback on how to improve. And a lot of people came over, and a lot of people ended up staying, and that's how I got my first subscribers. I think I managed to get it in a month and a half. I think I started this channel just under a year ago, and it must have been around June time while I was doing my exams. God, that was a bad decision. But I think branding yourself well and staying professional, because I've always had a habit, like when I started my channel, I was so, like, I used to swear so much. I'm trying to cut down now, but when I started my channel I was absolutely awful. But I think depending on what you do, make sure your channel you're doing something what you enjoy. So if it's whatever game it is you enjoy playing, you want to post that, you want to make videos on that, you don't want to follow the crowd, you want to do what you want to do, and you just want to have fun. Don't do YouTube for like doing the money, because it'll get you nowhere. Do it for fun, and I'm sure you'll just grow eventually. I promise you that.
Very awesome. Really good advice, I think. What are some things you would say for people to avoid on their channel?
What you want to avoid on your channel is getting into like conversations with the wrong kind of people or saying the wrong kind of thing. You don't want to be getting into big giveaways where it's going to be kind of irrelevant. I found myself doing that before, and it's a very bad thing, because you don't know whether it's fake or if it's real. And now recently green giveaways have been somewhere where people have been faking lots and lots of giveaways. Now there are some legit ones, but because of all the fake giveaways, you just can't be sure anymore, unless you really are really close to the person you're doing a giveaway with. And make sure it's not heavily priced, especially when you're a smaller YouTuber. You don't want to be giving away like PCs, Blue Yetis, like 1080p webcams or anything, because people are just going to suspect it's fake, or there'll be just so many people wanting to enter, and you'll just get really inactive subscribers. You really want to like a active kind of fan base, because it kind of reflects badly if you get an inactive fan base. I've also found, do not do sub for sub. I used to do sub for sub in 2011, and it was the worst thing I ever possibly did. Don't ever spam either. There's things with the YouTube terms of service where people spam their video titles like 50 times in the description to get the top search results. Now yeah, you'll get to the top search results, but eventually YouTube will find out and ban your channel. I've seen people do it, and it's just bad. It is just really bad. But don't get demotivated if your video doesn't do well. Trust me, over time it'll get better. So don't avoid getting demotivated. Avoid getting demotivated from dislikes, because they are the best motivator. And just all in all, have fun.
Fantastic, man. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of the first interview. Thank you all for joining Oatcake and I on the first episode of Meet the Community. King Oatcake's links to his channel and to his social media are down in the description below. Definitely go take a look at his videos, guys, and see what you think. Give him some feedback too. He's a really talented content creator, and I think he adds a lot of value to the Call of Duty scene here at the current moment. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all later. Adios, amigos.